Hey friends, this is Ian Khan, the Futurist here at the Milken Global Conference 2025. I've got with me somebody who can help us understand the challenges we're facing with AI and how are we going to solve them. And this is specifically with respect to identity. Trevor Traina from, tell us your company name.
World, which was the company founded by Sam Altman and Alex Blania.
How did you come about? Like, what is the basic challenge we're facing right now with, is it identity? Is AI changing something that's dangerous?
So if you think about it, the entire world around us is about to be radically transformed by artificial intelligence. And so from the brain of the person really ushering in this era, the brain of Sam Altman, came the realization that in this era, we're going to need stronger, better tools that are hardened for AI, because we actually won't know what is real and what is bot generated. In fact, even today, by many estimations, up to half of all the activity on the internet is bot driven, whether it's comments on social networks, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
And this problem will only get worse.
Yeah. And an average person who's on the internet, they're on their phone, they get all sorts of emails where you get to click something, or somebody's commenting on their status on social media, or sending a friend request, right? How do we know what is real and what is not right now? Is something broken that we don't know about and we don't even have an idea?
Very much so. So on a social network, pick whatever social network, probably half the comments you see are not from human beings. They might be from a North Korean bot farm, a Russian bot farm, or who knows. On dating networks, many of the profiles you see on dating networks are not from real people. If you're doing multiplayer gaming, oftentimes people are being beaten by AI bots and algorithms, not by human beings.
Okay.
And in the financial networks, the strong tools we've relied on, like KYC or CAPTCHA, those are now more and more often being circumvented by AI algorithms. An AI algorithm can fake my driver's license. It can take my photo. It knows my address. It can generate my driver's license, and it can overcome KYC. So because of this, we're going to need stronger tools for checking into networks, proving that we're human beings. And this is the mission of World.
Yeah, so you're telling me if I find a check mark on a form that I'm filling online, and I get one of those puzzles where it's like drag the slider to make the picture complete, or find all the staircases, and I click on the 4 staircases, and then
the school buses.
Right, and I log into my website. Is that a very simple form of verification that AI can now bypass?
I hate to say, but those tests might be harder now for humans than for AI.
Okay, that's very interesting. And also you mentioned that AI can correlate different information, let's say your driver's license with your address, with your phone number, and who knows, it can generate a voice imprint from you because it recorded a conversation, right? So find 4 or 5 different points about you and then create an identity.
100%. And by the way, I am a fan of AI. I mean, AI is going to cure cancer. AI is going to send us to Mars. But in the age of AI, we will need more certainty around what is human generated and what is AI generated. And we're just going to need better tools.
Yeah. So what is Tools for Humanity working on? What are you working on right now to change that?
So I'm the Chief Business Officer of Tools for Humanity. Tools for Humanity operates in almost all of Latin America, part of Africa, a good part of Europe, a lot of Asia, and we just launched in the United States. And what that means is people can download the World app, and then they can go somewhere where a very sophisticated camera actually proves they're a human and gives them anonymously, under their own control on their mobile device, an ID, almost like a digital passport that they can use to check into different applications and to prove that they're human. Last week we announced a number of partnerships, one with Visa. We have a partnership with Razer, the global gaming network.
Yep.
We have a partnership with Match.com, which has Tinder and Hinge, where these applications will now allow humans to prove they're human, and ultimately to provide bot-free experiences.
What kind of financial impact does this thing have in terms of your financial transactions not being secure? Like, what's the severity of this problem? What if we don't? What if we don't care?
It's a very serious and pressing problem. And I always say proof of humanity does two things. It increases trust and it reduces fraud. And to your question, financial networks are seeing more and more fraud, and they just weren't built with the age of AI in mind. And so banks, credit card companies, all of them, fintechs, they're going to have to implement these new, better tools, or the level of fraud will become quickly unacceptable.
What about adoption? Now, you mentioned a few different regions. Is a specific region, better in adopting this idea and to say, hey, this is a problem? What are you seeing in terms of rollout?
We have now more than 26 million people who've downloaded the World app. About 12 million of them are verified, meaning they went to one of these cameras, we call them an orb, and actually got their ID. The company a year ago was only in a handful of countries. Now we're in dozens of countries, including the US. But if you go to countries where we started early, like Argentina, Chile, Spain, Portugal, more than half of the adult population of Buenos Aires has a World ID.
Okay.
So in places like that, you can really do interesting things now.
Do you see World ID complementing, let's say in the future, your passport somehow for travel?
Works very well with government IDs. In fact, if you have an ID that has an NFC chip, that little thing you see in your passport or driver's license that looks like a chip, you can append that just by tapping your phone, and that allows you to prove your age and many things in the World app. So they play extremely well together.
Very nice. So, at Milken, we're hearing a lot of different things about healthcare, about identity, about e-commerce. Lots of amazing, great discussions here. If you had a magic wand, Trevor, what would you do? What would you create, enable, facilitate, take away, build over the next 5 years that would put a big smile on your face, and of course Sam's face as well?
Well, I think we come to the Milken conference for a glimpse at the future. To really have a finger on the pulse and to see what is coming down the tracks. And, AI, I think, is the most profound change that society will have to assimilate since the Industrial Revolution. So more than 200 years since we've had something that will so profoundly affect all of our lives. And this is what we're looking at. And once again, I'm a believer in all the positive outcomes of AI, but I think what would make me happy is if people really lean in and prepare themselves for this era. Like, one of the simplest ways that you can prepare and protect yourself for the age of AI is by getting a free World ID and using that, to establish your humanness in your daily interactions.
You mentioned decentralization and blockchain earlier.
Yes.
In our conversation. How does that work with World ID? Is that part of it? Is decentralization the future?
It's not only is the protocol decentralized, meaning what's good for humanity is that it's not controlled by any one government or one monopoly company. It's literally universal and therefore more human serving. Beyond that, because it's a blockchain protocol, every human who joins the World protocol gets cryptocurrency, world currency, WLD, and that allows them to participate economically, and it also gives them a vote in the evolution of the protocol.
Okay, very cool. I think there's many systems that you've built, enabled, that facilitate participation and to be part of the future where decentralization is important, but then also security, identity management, eliminating fraud, because guess what? The bad guys are getting more clever day by day, right? You look at deepfakes, you look at cyber hacks, you look at any of these issues. I mean, there's no stop to it, and it's really great to see that you're working on something very meaningful and relevant to the current time that we're in.
It'll be very hard to know what is real and what is fake. It's just, it's coming soon.
We appreciate it, Trevor. Thank you so much for being here and joining us here at the Futurist. But we wish you amazing success.
Well, I'm always happy to talk the future with the Futurist.
Definitely. Thank you, Trevor. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.